Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a minute, but been away for a while. Took a break, but we're back right now, stronger and better. So in this video, we're gonna look at a couple of things. We're gonna reflect on the current state of the crypto market, look at the fear and greed index, and see where investors' interests align. See some of the inflation result, and then take a step back to kind of have an overview of the general trend of the entire market and Bitcoin in particular. With the recent hikes we've seen, many people are asking the questions: is Bitcoin dying or is it about to explode? So we're gonna go through it right now. Let's dive in. Okay, so it's interesting now. Looking at the fear and greed index, we can see that we're currently now in the greed at a value of 61. Yeah, definitely in the greed. We were for a long time very fearful and in extreme fear for a long time, but as you can see, we're gradually coming out of extreme fear and we're now in greed, which is a good sign. This is a very good sign. These are good times to make purchases right now, because these values are just getting warmed up and a bunch of these are about to go parabolic and explode in the future. Investors are very keen on getting in right now. This is what this result shows. Yeah, it shows that you have investors willing and able to come back into the market to invest. We saw consumer purchasing increase over time as well, so which is a good thing. It shows that people are willing to make investment right now. They're anxious, and you definitely some ease coming to the market. Alright guys, so today I want to talk about the current state of the crypto market, and in particular Bitcoin. With the recent hikes we've seen, many people are asking, is Bitcoin dying or is it about to go parabolic and explode into oblivion, literally to the moon? So let's take it one after the other. Let's talk about the hikes first. So in the past few months, we've seen a massive increase in the price of Bitcoin, with many analysts predicting that it could reach as high as $100,000 in the near future. This has caused a lot of excitement in the crypto community, with many people rushing to invest in this promising asset. The hikes in the crypto market, and specifically Bitcoin, can be attributed to a combination of factors. Some of the key driving factors include institutional adoption. As we know, the more and more institutional investors such as hedge funds and banks beginning to invest in cryptocurrency, which is adding stability and legitimacy to the market. This is definitely one of the key and promising reasons in the space particularly. So institutional adoption. So secondly is infrastructure development. So the development of new crypto exchanges and payment platforms, it's becoming easier and safer to invest in cryptocurrencies. This is helping to attract more investors and driving up the price. So institutional adoption and infrastructure development, the key top two basically factors contributing to the hikes of the crypto market. The third and also very important point is the positive regulatory environment. So governments around the world are starting to recognize the potential of cryptocurrencies and are working to create a more favorable regulatory environment. This is increasing confidence in the market and driving up prices, which is fact. As much as the investment and more investors rush into the crypto space, and even given with the whole Terra Luna fiasco and Sambank Fried FTX fiasco, it's showing that more and more that we need some form of regulation from government institutions to basically hold a few people accountable, because definitely there's a lot of big money play going on in this space. So definitely accountability is needed, and this regulations is going to account and help for that. And basically there are a bunch of shitcoins out there, some that are either securities or not. Like these are things that need to be cleared out, and this government regulatory environment being set up will help sort this out. Another and the fourth final point is the rising demand. As the world becomes more connected and global, there is a growing demand for decentralized and secure currencies. Bitcoin, as the first and largest cryptocurrency, is benefiting from this increasing demand. As a fact, it is currently the highest with the market cap of the first created cryptocurrencies, and definitely has most value and most trust from early investors and kind of institutional investors as well. So all of these factors and more are contributing to the recent hikes in the crypto market, and specifically Bitcoin. However, it's important to remember that the crypto market is still volatile and prices can change quickly, so always do your own research and invest responsibly, like I always say. Yeah. So let's talk about skeptics right now. Yeah, so as we know, yeah, we have a bunch of skeptics, we have believers, and yeah, these are the kind of the two well, you can say blue and red pill arguments that exist in the cryptocurrency space right now. So the skeptics, let's take a minute to talk about them. However, not everyone is convinced. There are those who believe that this recent hike is just a bubble and that it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin crashes back down to earth. They point to the volatile nature of the crypto market and the fact that it's still a relatively new and untested asset. So while many investors and analysts are bullish on the future of cryptocurrencies, there are also those who remain skeptical. Some of the key concerns among skeptics include the lack of regulation. Like we've mentioned, regulation is a key factor. It's very important. The lack of regulation is one of the strongholds for most of the skeptics to kind of like tackle on and kind of try to diminish the reputation of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular, because obviously it's a bigger currency. So yeah, cryptocurrencies are still a relatively new and untested asset, and there's still currently no comprehensive regulatory framework in place. The lack of regulation leaves the market open to manipulation and fraud, like we've seen with Sam Bankman-Fried, with Terra Luna, Do Kwon, etc. So, which is a concern for some investors, and as this continues to go on, it's a matter of question as to, do individuals and do institutions want to invest in such a market that has so much lack of responsibility and accountability for when assets get missing or people get defrauded of their wealth. So yes, there's a need for lack of regulation, and this is one of the strongholds for most of the skeptics of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market in general. Secondly is volatility. So cryptocurrencies are known for their volatility, with prices fluctuating dramatically in a short period of time. This can make them a risky investment and may deter some investors who prefer more stable assets, obviously like the forex and stock markets. So specifically coming from individuals that have been used to investing in the stock market and other securities, coming into the crypto space can be overwhelming because you see prices go parabolic in a matter of seconds. Like we could literally explode or crash down. So these are some really worrying and really skeptical points to consider, and this is one of the key reasons we have a bunch of skeptics behind the need for regulation. So volatility. The thirdly is security risks. As cryptocurrencies become more valuable, they become a more attractive target for hackers and fraudsters. There have been many instances of crypto exchanges being hacked and investors' funds being stolen, which is a concern for some people. Obviously, like we keep going back to Sam Bankman-Fried with the FTS fiasco and Terra Luna with Do Kwon. Yeah, and a bunch of others that have happened in the previous bear markets as well. So yeah, there's a lot of security risk involved, which is why we need regulations and accountability in place. So we need to have these strong bodies that will come in and kind of like really set up a bunch of procedures to kind of jump on and hamper on individuals that are trying to take advantages, and institutions that are trying to take advantages of people's funds and other investors' funds as well. So yeah, security risks are high, and it's one of the strongholds of the skeptics as well when we're trying to like attack or kind of like talk about Bitcoin and the crypto market in general in a negative way. The fourth and final point is obviously not the least, is a lack of widespread acceptance. So while cryptocurrencies are becoming more widely accepted, they are still not widely used for everyday transactions. This means that there's still a limited market for them and that the potential for growth may be limited, which is a fact. So these are some of the key concerns among skeptics when it comes to cryptocurrency and specifically Bitcoin. The lack of widespread acceptance, which is one of the reasons for institutional involvement needed. For instance, with the case of Ripple, XRP, trying to get partnerships with MasterCard and the rest, and basically PayPal coming into the place. So like with these institutions having already huge use cases and acceptance in society already, having partnerships and use cases in the cryptocurrency field would definitely see Bitcoin being used in everyday transactions, like buying your groceries or fuel at a fuel station, or buying a bunch of other necessities for your home and what else. It'd be cool to see in the future whereby we were able to use cryptocurrency assets like Bitcoin to make purchases for very well, literally imagine going to McDonald's and ordering a pizza or a burger and paying with some pennies, some satoshis. Wouldn't that be nice? So these are some of the key concerns among skeptics when it comes to cryptocurrency and specifically Bitcoin. However, it's important to remember that these technologies often face similar challenges and skepticism in the early stages, and that many of these concerns will likely be addressed as the market evolves and matures. Obviously, there are good points and there are areas that need to be attacked, but these are the areas whereby the skeptics kind of really have strongholds on when trying to talk negatively about the crypto market, which they're not necessarily wrong on, but sometimes they could go really hard on it and try not to give the crypto market some breathing room for basically having these potential cases be addressed and potentially having solutions to them. As we have skeptics, so we have believers. These are individuals that believe strongly in it, in the crypto market, and Bitcoin as a whole has been the all savior for money in general. So yeah, these are individuals. Majority of them have kind of like lost. From the basic belief of it being eventually used in the future, to those that believe that it will eventually be replace actual money, and then the banks will die out in the long run. So there are those who believe that Bitcoin is here to stay and that it's just being started. It's just getting started. They point to the growing adoption of cryptocurrency as well as the increasing interest from institutional investors as evidence that Bitcoin is legitimate and a valuable investment. While they are skeptics, there are many investors and experts who believe that cryptocurrency and specifically Bitcoin have a bright future ahead. Some of the key reasons why they are optimistic include one, decentralization, which is a very key factor, because when you look at the current money systems, say our banking systems and others, they tend to be they tend to be very centralized in the nature of their central banks or individual banks in themselves, or keep payment industries that that kind of handle your day-to-day of your money. Basically, you could wake up one day and then your funds get frozen for or your inability to kind of authenticate that you own a particular account can just leave you penniless, which is key. But the idea of decentralization means that you would have to own and kind of manage your expenses, manage your money, manage your own investments, and that takes some amount of responsibility on your part. And frankly, is everybody ready for that? Well, not really. But those that are keen on getting on banking on the fact that decentralization is one of the key factors that make cryptocurrencies the future. So cryptocurrencies are decentralized, meaning that they are not controlled by any central authority such as a government or bank. This is seen as a major advantage, as it makes them more secure and resistant to censorship. Exactly. So you cannot be censored, you can't be sanctioned. You get to control your funds. You do not have to worry about exchanging one currency from a government's own currency to another government's own currency just because you have to transact in one form of business or another. You can spend Bitcoin and it's decentralized. Everybody accepts it as legal tender. So the idea of censorship gets eliminated with the decentralized nature of the cryptocurrency. Secondly, is the store of value. Many investors believe that cryptocurrencies and specifically Bitcoin will serve as a store of value similar to gold. This is due to their scarcity and limited supply, which makes them more valuable and protects them from inflation. So yes, as we know, your fiat is very inflationary. So as we're currently seeing the current US market right now, the inflation numbers have been high for a while, leading from mid 2022 last year. So it's just stabilizing right now with some of the numbers reducing to barely the acceptable number by the government. So yeah, the store of value, Bitcoin is a store of value as much as a bunch of other cryptocurrencies are, and as such, it's far from the it's free from inflation, and given the fact that it's deflationary in nature, given that there's a limited amount of Bitcoin that have been minted over time, and it gets burnt over time as well. so it gets scarce and scarce. Its scarcity increases over time, with halving every 4 years, having a Bitcoin halving and increasing the burn rate to make it more scarce and less available to everyone, which is a key factor in terms of increasing the value of Bitcoin in general. The third point is the adoption. With more and more businesses and individuals accepting cryptocurrencies, they are becoming more widely used and accepted. This is seen as a positive trend, as it will drive up demand and increase the value of cryptocurrencies over time. Yeah, so like we said, adoption is key in terms of getting the hikes up there for Bitcoin and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies in general. And in 2021, we saw Tesla accept Bitcoin for payment for its purchase of its vehicles. A few other organizations have literally started accepting Bitcoin, and even some going as far as making it a legal tender in their country. So the adoption and for these cryptocurrencies to be used as legal tender or for purchases of items, particularly durable items that the everyday individuals can afford, would drive the adoption would drive the value and the future of cryptocurrencies even harder. So yeah, adoption is a very key factor. The fourth factor is innovation. The cryptocurrency market is constantly evolving and improving, with new technologies and applications being developed all the time. This is seen as a major positive as it's helped to drive growth and adoption in the future. So yeah, innovation. The crypto market in general is constantly building and innovating, most particularly during the bear market, when the most valuable organizations and most valuable products remain alive and then build for when the bull market and the bull run begins. So yeah, innovation is also a key factor that tends to, there's a bunch of the believers in cryptocurrency tend to kind of hold on to and believe that with the rate at which innovation is coming to the market, it's just one more reason to kind of like really bring home the idea that it's going to be the future of money. So these are some of the key reasons why many investors and experts are bullish on the future of cryptocurrency, and specifically Bitcoin. While there are certain risks and challenges, many people believe that the potential rewards make it a worthwhile investment. So what's the verdict, you ask? Is Bitcoin dying or about to explode? The truth is, no one knows for sure. Cryptocurrencies are still a relatively new and unpredictable market, and there are many factors that could influence their future growth. However, one thing is certain: with the current state of the crypto market, now is an exciting time to be a part of this community. So definitely, given with Bitcoin coming back alive, almost hitting 24K today, definitely shows that we could go as high as we want, we can go as low as we want, but it's definitely here to stay, and this is a very interesting time to be a part of this community. So thanks for watching, and be sure to leave a like and leave a comment with your thoughts on the current state of the crypto market. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.